Greetings, folks. This is the BlackWeasel, and today is the start of One Piece chapter 868. Ooh. And the name of the chapter is called KX Launcher, so now we get to see whether or not the KX launcher fired by Gotti, Vito, and Big A, Capone Big A actually worked. Now, this is volume 5 of the short-term focus title page serials, part 23. We are dropping in on the lives of the Grand Straw Hat Pirates Fleet, volume 5, and this is the Cavendish arcs. So, Cavendish is explaining, so as I've been saying, those are not enemy ships, therefore there's no need to fire on them. And Solomon says, that explanation was way too long. Seems as though the people are still following Cavendish from his hometown. Alright, we have fan art. Anyways, the chapter starts off as Big Mom continues to scream and scream. And Gotti and Vito and Capone get ready to fire. And the narrator starts off with 63 years ago, the disappearance of Mother Caramel and the little children. And anyways, she's Big Mom's still screaming, and Sanji is looking on. Luffy and Capone are looking on. They're standing there scream, and the narrator says, but unbeknownst to even Big Mom herself, there were some that saw the whole incident unfold before their eyes. 2 to be exact. Huh. And I like how one of the posts is in her mouth. That's kind of funny. What the? Wait. Oh, the flashback is still going on? What the hell? This is kind of rare. I thought that being the end of the flashback, I thought that we would return to the present, but no, that's not the case. Anyways, the narrator says one was someone that cared a great deal about the Lamb's house and was dropping by for a visit. A warrior of Elbath. And Charlotte Leland's still asking, huh? What happened? And the warriors, the narrator says he, horrified by what he saw, ran off, and he never again set foot on that island. And the narrator continues on. He says, eventually his story reached the ears of Elbath itself and the rest of the giant race, and Charlotte Riven grew to be so repelled by the giants that they refrained from even saying her name. Yep, it looks like they kicked Charlotte Leland out. Anyways, the narrator says the other witness was a chef and former ruined pirate that had been living on the island for some time, Streusen. Wait, was that the giant? Oh, that was somebody else. Anyways, he was chewing on something, and the narrator says to him, the sight was positively hilarious. And he laughs like this, wah ha ha, wah ha ha. And he says, coo 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 coo. And he's chopping up a log of wood, but he has some type of devil fruit ability to turn wood into meat. That's pretty useful to help out those starving countries around the world. And Streusen says, I've never seen a monster like that. And the narrator says his power was the ability to change the various things of this world into ingredients. The Kukuku no Mi. Huh. And Streusen says, if I just leave her be, she'll die for sure, and that'll be a waste. And he's chewing on the meat that was turned from a log of wood. And Streusen came up towards Charlie Leland and said, Missy, let's talk about our dreams or something. And Leland says, Mister, who are you? Have you seen Mother? And Streusen says, oh wait, don't get too close, alright? She'll be back eventually, I bet. But until then, I'll stick with you. You'll never have to worry about eating again. And the narrative says these two, who had never before met before that moment, will go on to build the big bomb pirates of today. And the flashback has ended. I hope. Is that the end of the flashback? And anyways, Struzan looks on, and he starts to know something. He yells out, "Reverend, return to your sentence. They're going to shoot you." And there's a flashback of someone's talking when Big Mom's weakened, and when no one in this hall can move for at least the 5 seconds. And they're getting ready to fire the KX launcher. Man, I'm so pumped for this. Gotti, Vito, Capone, and the flashback continues on. At that moment, that KX launcher will have the greatest effect, and Big Mom will die. And all of them fire at the same time. And someone says in the flashback, "Mother, everyone's always in my..." Wait. And the KX launcher has been launched, and Caesar's looking on, and Dark Tooth is looking on while covering his ears, along with Charlotte Smoothie, along with Oven, along with Nami and Riju, Carrot, Sanji, Jaji from a distance, along with Charlie Perspar, who is covering his ears, Luffy, Jimby, Brook, Pedro, Pudding, Mountain Dior. Oh, is Big Mom dead? Oh, damn it! There's another flashback again. Oh my god. Anyway, the flashback takes place, and someone says, "Let's make this place a country, a dream country where we can all live equally." And Lillian says, "Country?" And Struzan says, "Yes, there'll be no racial discrimination or anything of the sort. A country where everyone can live eye to eye." And Lillian says, "Eye to eye? That's so cool. It'll be awesome if everyone could be big like me." And she manages Mother Caramel looking Biggie sized. And Lennon says, "If there are a lot of countries like that, this world would be far more peaceful than it is. Everyone would be so much happier." And the scene takes place, and Struzan says, "Peace? That's your dream, Bridman." And Lennon says, "Yeah, I'm going to make a country that will make Mother happy." She still doesn't know that Mother Caramel was a mountain witch. Anyways, the scene changes. Anyways, there's a panel shot of the flower singing, "Flower, flower." And Linda says, "That's the trick that Mother did. What happened? I can do it too now." And Struzan got surprised. He says, "What, a devil fruit power?" And Struzan says, "Okay then, Reverend, let's make it our dream country." And the scene changes, and someone yells out, 50 million beers for a kid. And the Marines are yelling out, reports are coming in that she's more dangerous than Cyberful. And the scene changes, and one of them says, "Capture her before she gets too big to control." Wait, was that a fat joke? And her bounty has automatically been raised towards 500 million. And the scene changes, and Big Mom, I don't know, this was, I don't know, like 30 years ago, it looks like. And she yells out, "Bring me sweet treats. If you do, I shall make a promise with you." And someone's wearing a shirt of a panda. That's Panda Man. And Big Mom in her younger years yells out, "I promise a peace in a dream country. If you listen to what I say, you'll all live happily. And if you don't listen, you're being selfish, and I'm gonna kill you." And the scene changes. and she's remembering. Um, I thought about, mother, I'll make everyone big one day, and then let's sit around the table again. But there are still people that don't listen. I'm so sad. I can't stop crying. The last photo of you, mother. They broke it. Damn it. And the KX launch is still firing on. And Leonard yells out, I'll never forget the Straw Hats. And the cry was so loud that apparently, oh my god, it exploded the KX launcher. It just exploded in midair. I guess the shockwave must have, like called the caused it to be combustion. You know what I'm saying? And oh my god, Vito, Gotti, and Capone all very surprised. Yeah, I got feels out, and I was trying to figure out what happened. And oh my god, it was him. It was Commander Dogtooth. He stopped the plan. The plan completely freaking stopped. And he uses his devil fruit ability, his Moochie ability to shoot out the KX launchers. And Luffy, Petro, and Brooke and Jimmy are very surprised. And Capone is surprised as hell with his mouth agape. And Mount Dior looks at it and he starts smiling. And he yells out, "Plan failed." There's so much shit. It's so ridiculous. And they're gonna start running. Like, how else are they gonna run from here? And there's a flashback of the plan, and someone says, "Listen up. Because I can fly, I'll bring the escape mirror into the hall. And when you're finished your stuff, all of you quickly jump into Caesar's mirror." And Caesar thinking to himself, "A bit out of order, but here's my debut." And Caesar is thinking to himself, "Damn it, I can't believe she destroyed my launcher. That monstrous old hag. Yonku will be Yonku, I guess." Oh, that's true. That's so true. Anyways, Caesar jumps in onto the whole fray and he yells out, "We gotta skedaddle, you lot. Jump in the mirror." And Capone yells out, "Everyone into the mirror." And Luffy, Nami, and Chopper look on, and Caesar is thinking to himself, "The pressure from a scream is ridiculous. Wait a minute, is that gonna break the mirror?" And oh my god, and the mirror has been broken. Everything is being broken. What the fuck? And everyone is shedding tears. Caesar, Capone, Luffy, Nami, Chopper, Nami, Chopper, and Caesar all crying, and Jimmy's looking on, and someone's thinking to himself, "This is bad. We're on the roof here. There's no one for us to run." And Vito, Gotti, and Caesar, they're getting ready to accept their fate. I'm not sure what's gonna happen next. And someone's saying, "And there's no way we'll ever win this fight." And this is the full force of the Big Mom Pirates. Well, almost the full force. There's Dogtooth, Charlotte Smoothie, Oven, and some other people. I think that's it. Looks like the big three. And Capone Bega uses some type of his devil fruit power. He says, "Brooke, engrosso vater." He does it just like this. And he used his devil fruit ability, and Straw Hat, Jinbe, and Brook look on, including the other pirates. Luffy's looking at. And Capone Baker said, just again decide for that for now. Allied forces, and he uses his new devil fruit power called Big Father. Well, damn, that's a big ass castle. Yeah, I can see Capone's eyes. Alright, that's the end of chapter One Piece chapter 868. It's a really great chapter overall.